Welcome back to the channel, everyone. CryptoTakeOver here, coming back with another Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're going to be taking a look at two news articles, jumping over into the charts, seeing what's going on with Bitcoin. Is it ready for its move back up to maybe that $60,000 area or so? Well, we're going to take a look at it right now. Bitcoin's sitting right underneath $50,000, so we are struggling a little bit to stay above 50,000, but we're going to be jumping over into the charts here in a second. Let's see what's going on in the news today. We have Bill Gates versus Elon Musk, world's richest, spar over Bitcoin. So obviously, I think there's a little bit of a debate about if Bitcoin is worthy or not of these richest people in the world. And then also, what else do we have over here? Cryptocurrency moves. CoinBase files to go public after riding the Bitcoin rally and doubling its revenue. So yeah, I actually was able to find the Coinbase ticker symbol, but it hasn't been released on the NASDAQ or it hasn't been released just yet. I think it's still IPO phase right now, but it was on FTX, which is an exchange that trades. You can trade stocks using cryptocurrency. So yeah, I was taking a look at it, and it does look really, really good actually. So let's take a look and see what's going on, and we'll go ahead and start that intro. All right, folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that we make on this channel each and every single day while the Bitcoin bull run is in its a little bit of recovery phase for 2021. But yeah, I think we're still probably headed up to those higher levels for us, but definitely anticipating moves to the downside when they do occur. And so let's see what we got going on here. Bill Gates versus Elon Musk, right? Okay, unless you're the world's richest person, you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. The message from Bill Gates, the third richest. With the rally more than 400% over the past year, Bitcoin has become increasingly mainstream, and everybody's, including prominent investors and policymakers, have been talking about it. The world's off again richest person, Elon Musk, recently invested $1.5 billion in the cryptocurrency through his company Tesla Inc. and said Bitcoin would soon be accepted for payments. For Gates, it's not something mainstream should buy into. Plus, it's bad for the environment as mining coins requires. Yeah, I don't know why they keep saying this. A lot of Bitcoin that is mined is not used. It's used by renewable energy out of China. So they're using water dams and a lot of other things that are. So they're just very ill-informed, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay, Elon has lots of money and is very sophisticated, so I don't worry that his Bitcoin will sort of randomly go up or down, Gates said in an interview with Bloomberg Television Emily Chang. I don't think people get bought into these manias who have as much money to spare. My general thought would be that if you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out. Musk himself repeatedly boosted Bitcoin on Twitter and other platforms. Yeah, and so, but at the same time, if Bitcoin continues to rise, wouldn't you want to have some Satoshi sitting on the side? I think so. Musk, who's worthy of 189.6 billion as per Bloomberg Billionaires Index, has been an avid supporter of Bitcoin, so much that his influenced the token's price. It surged as much as 76% the month following Tesla's investment, before tumbling 13% after he tweeted the prices of cryptocurrency do seem high. Bitcoin was trading around 51,400 at 8:30 a.m. in New York on Thursday. The debate over Bitcoin isn't new. Billionaire Warren Buffett deems cryptocurrencies who have no value and don't produce anything. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, a long-term skeptic, said that New York Times conference earlier this week that Bitcoin is an extremely inefficient way to conducting transaction. And right after she said this, what happened to our Fed? The Fed basically shut down. All the money transfers shut down. And yeah, who's inefficient now? Like it's just. I guess they, I don't know what happened, to be honest, but apparently like all the Fed's transactions from money transferring were on a pause of yesterday. And I don't know, I guess everything's back up and recovering. But that was a big kind of hit for at least for the people that keep up with that stuff, such as like Cliff High and some of the supporters over there that are constantly looking at these things that it's been written in the data already to play out like this. Okay, with more and more companies starting to accept Bitcoin, as PayPal Holdings Inc. and Visa Inc. and MasterCard Inc. recently have, the token has gained wide acceptance as central banks, including Federal Reserve and European bank are studying how to digitalize their own sovereign currencies, and firms such as Fidelity Investments Inc. launch funds letting investors add cryptocurrencies to portfolio, and debate is here to stay. Okay, so yeah, people are going to be debating about this for a long time. Even I'm sure when Bitcoin hits $100,000 and $1 million, you know, if it ever does go there, we'll see what happens. But obviously, you know, the bears are going to come out when the market crashes, and the bulls are going to be there when the market rises. So you're going to continuously have this battle when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to bull markets and bear markets too as well. Let's take a look at our next article here. Cryptocurrency moves. Coinbase files to go public after Bitcoin rally and doubling its revenue. The CoinBase IPO has launched. The largest U.S. broker digital currencies such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum have filed to go public on the NASDAQ in a watershed moment of cryptocurrency. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission filing, the exchange platform will offer shares via direct listings. Unlike in a traditional IPO with a direct listing, no capital is raised as no shares are created. Instead, company investors and employees convert their ownership stake into stock to be sold in the public market. As Axios reports, Coinbase has recently valued is just over $100 billion in a private market sale ahead of its public listing, suggests that it could debut as the highest initial value tech company since Facebook. And I think right now it's actually sitting at like right underneath $500 or so per share. The filing follows a transformative year for Coinbase and digital currency as a whole. Once solemn swinging against the current, cryptocurrency is now poised to go mainstream as major Wall Street institutions, including Bank of America Mellon and MasterCard, have begun to embrace Bitcoin and its peers. Bitcoin is particularly, which has become a poster child for cryptocurrency, has enjoyed a triple digits rally in the last few months, with its price topping $50,000 for the past week. Coinbase prospects have naturally followed the tides of the cryptocurrency market. The company more than doubled its revenue to $1.1 billion in 2020 amid the Bitcoin rally, swinging to a profit of $322 million after posting a net loss a year before. The platform served 43 million users in 2020, according to its filing. As its public listing moves forward, expect Coinbase success to stay tied to that of the broader crypto market. A majority of our net revenue is derived from transactions in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the company said in its filing. If demand for the crypto assets declines and it's not replaced by new crypto asset demands, our business operating results, the financial conditions could be adversely affected. Yeah, and I don't think crypto is going anywhere, but yeah, you could start to see some of these other older cryptos start to be replaced with newer cryptos too as well. Just better technology, maybe better blockchains, interoperability, faster transaction speeds. So you know, if we do start to see maybe first generation crypto start to you know, weed their way out, you're gonna want to also accommodate to some of these newer generation cryptos, second gen and third gen cryptos, to be implemented onto Coinbase too as well. So that way Coinbase will continue to strive. I am kind of interested in looking into this stock though, honestly, but we'll take a look at the charts and see what it's saying. Let's go ahead and jump on over there, folks, and get started with our chart analysis. All right, jumping on over into the charts, folks, we got Bitcoin here. Looking at the 6-hour time frame, what we're starting to see on the 6-hour time frame is we're starting to see our momentum waves catch a little bit of a break here. So our momentum waves sitting at the bottom here on market Cipher B are starting to show us a green dot. We're starting to move back to the upside. Money flow starting to kind of steady out here just a tad bit. So I am definitely anticipating possibly a little bit of recovery phase here for Bitcoin. We do have our fib retracements drawn out here on our candlestick patterns. Right now we're sitting in between the 382 and the 0.5. We probably want to start making our way up to that 1618, which is right at about $52,000. Bitcoin right now sitting right underneath $50,000 or so. But now we can see that we're wanting to probably make our way back up above the 21 EMA here on the 6-hour chart. Taking a look and kind of zooming in here, looking at the 4-hour chart, some bullish signs that I noticed here on our 4-hour chart was our kind of momentum, or we had our anchor wave with our big green dot down here, and then we had our trigger wave right here with our little Christmas tree pattern, and now we're steadily continuing up, ready to cross above our 0 pivot point on our 4-hour chart. And more than likely, if we don't get a rejection here on our 0 pivot point, money flow starting to steady out here too as well. which is a relatively good sign. So we'll start to see that momentum wave cross above the 0 pivot point and make our possible momentum wave ready to continue moving back up above here. And we're probably looking for a move towards the end of February, going on into the rest of this week and the following week. To finish us out and possibly get above our 21 EMA on our 4-hour chart here. So we want to start climbing above the 21 EMA on our 4-hour, starting to close above that, and then we'll start to see that recovery phase take place, maybe move up into that 1618 area, or the 0.618 area, which is right at about $52,000 700. And then if we move up to the 786, we're looking at about $55,000 or so. So that's where we're probably going to be recovering. More than likely, this will just be a V-shaped recovery. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. I know we started to get a lot of bearish sentiment in the market the past few days. I think people are calling for lower numbers too as well. For March possibly. I'm not that bearish when it comes to March. I think March will probably be a relatively good year. We do know that Michael Saylor has bought in this dip down here. I think we got news about that yesterday. So the fact that he has continued to buy this market also gives our retail investors a good sign to continue to buy into this market too as well. I think Chris from Crypto had pointed out where Michael Saylor had bought each price point on the charts, and after each price point that he had bought, we've gotten a steady climb when it comes to the Bitcoin price, after each buying opportunity from him. So folks, I'm definitely looking for a recovery going on into the rest of this month and possibly into March too as well. What we're looking for is a retest back up at this 2-year moving average, which would probably be around $60,000 or so. And then we have a price target box drawn up here and our next logarithmic fib extension levels too as well. So what we're looking for is a probably nice recovery here. Obviously it's going to fluctuate up and down, but stair-stepping pattern to the upside would be relatively nice, and that's probably what we're going to be looking for. Taking a look at the 2-hour chart here, 2-hour chart, we're starting to see some more Christmas tree patterns form down here for us too as well. If anything, what could happen to have is somewhat of a symmetrical triangle that wants to be formed here too as well. We could draw some type of symmetrical triangle out for ourselves and possibly anticipate maybe some type of move that wants to occur here with a big break in our pattern. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this. What I'm kind of looking for is some support being drawn out right here and steadily stair-stepping our way up. Hopefully it's not an ascending triangle or an ascending wedge pattern, but if that is to occur, then we could be expecting possibly somewhat of a bearish move that could occur too as well. But if we have the momentum wave behind it too, and the money flow that's ready to continue to push this market up, then we could see a break above this too as well. So we probably want to wait up for a little bit more price consolidation, but for the most part, I think that we're headed up to the 0.618 area, which is right underneath $53,000 or so here in the near term future. But if we do break below this trend line, this is what we're going to be looking for. If we break below this trend line, folks, we'll probably start to move sideways a little bit more, or maybe see a retracement back down to that 236 level in consolidation for a little bit longer. But I don't think that we're going to have a relatively bigger move to the downside. I think more or less we're going to be looking for a recovery phase further to the upside here in the near term future. So keep an eye out on the charts, folks. Let's take a look at the dominance chart, see what's going on over here. Bitcoin dominance, taking a look at the daily chart here. Daily chart is still kind of making a stair-step pattern up here on Market Cipher B. And folks, if y'all are interested in learning about what indicator this is that I'm using down here, this is the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace. I have a link in the description box below. If you want to help support the channel, you can click that affiliate link down there below for us. Market Cipher is our bread and butter on this channel. It's what we use on a regular basis too as well. And so I highly encourage y'all to go check out the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace. He's a big supporter of this channel too as well. Dominance still just kind of moving sideways, folks. It looks pretty neutral for the most part, to be honest. Our 12-hour time frame does look relatively bullish, just with our money flow kind of headed to the upside here. This definitely looks like a rounded money flow here. It does look like we are going to be getting a possible bounce here too, with a green dot that's ready to occur on Market Cipher B on our 12-hour time frame. So we could start to make our way back up above the 100 EMA here. If we see these two EMAs cross once again on our Bitcoin dominance chart on our 12-hour chart, we're going to be looking for probably a nice bullish move to the upside here too as well. So we'll keep a close eye on the dominance chart in correspondence with the with the Bitcoin chart too as well. And let's take a look at Coinbase. I'm just kind of curious to see what Coinbase is up to, since this was also something that we were kind of keeping an eye on. This is the Coinbase IPO launch, and what I'm seeing here is a relatively bullish move here on Market Cipher B on the 12-hour. This is definitely a really big bullish move here for the Coinbase IPO, and the Coinbase IPO sitting right at about $400 or so. This is the FTX exchange, and I believe this is where you can probably trade Coinbase before it comes out too as well. But this is a nice bullish green dot here on the 12-hour time frame, and what we're probably looking for is a relatively big move, possibly above $500 for the Coinbase IPO. But as you can see here, it's been making a stair-step pattern above the 21 EMA on the 12-hour, and if we kind of zoom in here to the daily or zoom out to the daily time frame too, stair-step pattern above the 21 EMA. There's not a lot of data here because it is a relatively new stock, but our 12 hours still telling us that, hey, we got some movement to the upside here in the near term future. So obviously, if you're wanting to trade that, you can either wait for it to come out, or you can trade it on, I believe FTX exchange has it. But other than that, folks, I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. Looking for a green dot bounce here on Bitcoin on the 12-hour chart too as well. That would lead us to a nice bullish move here. But I'm looking for just a slow climb here for Bitcoin here in the near term future, to get its way back up above $50,000. Probably altcoins will continue to take off for the most part here in the near term future. But I did want to come and update y'all and see where our price recovery action was going to be happening for Bitcoin here in the near term future. So folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share this video with your friends and family. If you're interested in joining our private trading group page, you can join us in Patreon. Link in the description box below if you want to pay with debit or credit card. We use Patreon as a payment processor. But then also, if you want to pay with crypto, you can message me on Discord and I'll get you all set up. But we pretty much post everything on our private categories in our Discord server. So you want to make sure that you have Discord in order to stay up to date with us through our private trading group. Okay. So with that being said, folks, I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.